Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Uhayyikum bi tahiyyatil Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First and foremost, let me wish you a very good evening and a warm welcome to the Singapore Conference Hall for another public talk organized by Darul Arkam Singapore. We are indeed blessed to have with us for this week the presence amongst us of Maulana Dr. Wafi Muhammad, who hails from Trinidad and Tobago. He is the first Trinidad national to have earned a doctorate in the study of Islam. Dr. Wafi graduated from University of Karachi with a PhD in Islamic Studies, obtained a parallel with Al-Kamil certification from the Alimia Institute established by Dr. Fazlul Al-Ansari. On his return to Trinidad, Dr. Wafi contributed to the development of the Muslim communities located throughout the country and the region, while at the same time serving the wider national communities, and this has led to his appointment to the Senate in 1981 and his later appointment as Director of the Muslim World League Regional Office for the Caribbean and Latin America, a position in which he contributed to global Muslim development until his retirement in 2003. Dr. Wafi is currently serving as the Principal and Director at the Markaz Ihsaan Institute of Islamic Theology. He also serves as a spiritual leader of the local chapters of the Qadri and Ashmani orders within Islamic spirituality circles. The author of numerous books, articles, and publications dedicated to Islam and contemporary social issues, Dr. Wafi has also a growing number of pioneering works in contemporary Islamic studies. Dr. Wafi blogs, if you are interested, often at http://drwafi.blogspot.com. The topic for tonight's talk is the purpose of life. And without much further ado, let me welcome Dr. Wafi to the podium, please.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulihil Kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ila yawmiddin. Praises are for Allah, Lord, Creator and Sustainer of the universe. We came from Him, and to Him is our ultimate return. And peace and salutations on His beloved messenger, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the final messenger, the one who will be our intercessor on the day of reckoning. My dear brothers and sisters, it is indeed a great pleasure for me to be with you here tonight, to share in this beautiful experience of understanding something of the reasons why Allah has selected to entrust us with an extremely important mission, part of which is to manifest in our lives some things of His divine attributes. We are the only creatures selected to display in our interactions with our fellow human beings, as well as the rest of creation, what it is to show love, how to have compassion, how to be so careful in our dealings that we would not want to cause harm or hurt to any of His creatures. Brothers and sisters, it is because God, out of His greatness and His compassion and His mercy, selects us from all the possibilities that could have been. The question comes to mind, what really am I? What am I? This can lead to other questions like, how did I come in this world? What will be my end? For what reason did I come? The wise person will want at times to think about these things. And when we ponder over our origin, we will realize that there was a point in time when we did not exist. Once upon a time, we were out of the horizon of space and time. But then Allah selected us and gave us life. So we should now be curious to understand what is life. What is life? You see, that's an important question. According to the dictionary, or according to the understanding, a living creature can be defined as one having the following characteristics. So, a living creature will have these characteristics. One, assimilation and transformation of food as a source of energy. And you will be conscious of that depending on your age, because you will realize your inclination to consume more and more food and the type and so on, etc. Next thing, life will entail replacement and growth, either of the cells or whatever it may be. Life will entail excretion of materials no longer useful, response to external stimuli, and reproduction. In addition to these basic qualities, as the creatures become more complex, they breathe and move. So life will entail all these things. The animal species display an additional quality called the mental behavior. It is because creatures have the ability to reproduce. Listen to this carefully. It is because the creatures have the ability to reproduce that they differ from machines. Because you will have machines doing most of the other things except reproduction. The animal species reproduce, they differ from machines, as man has been able to invent machines to do most of the things living creatures do. According to Islamic teachings, every human being began life as a speck of dust, a microscopic speck of dust. The Quran tells us that each person began life as a speck of dust. This is recorded in the following verse. Oh man, Ya ayyuhan nas, not only believers, the human species. Inna khalaqnakum min turabin. Verily, if you have problem understanding about resurrection, then know that you were created from dust, then from a sperm, etc., etc., etc. So life began. You important people, you wealthy people, you so and so, understand one thing. You came in this world and started your journey as a microscopic speck of dust. Something which could not have been seen by the naked eyes. And that is an important eye-opener for a lot of people, you know. The questions that come to mind is, how did a speck of dust get life? How did that little tiny microscopic speck of dust got life and began movement and growth and all these things? And finally grew into a human being. Look at that. Look at the work of God, because we believe we were created. Who gave that speck of dust the power to grow and move? How did that happen? According to Islamic teachings, there is a creator who created the skies and the earth, and he gave life to everything. That is our belief. We believe that there is a creator of the universe. And that is something very important. That creator is called Allah. He is also known in the other faiths. Example, he is the Father in Christianity, Brahman in Hinduism, Ilah or Elohim in Judaism. Allah says about himself in the Holy Quran the following. Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the guardian and disposer of all affairs. Chapter 39, verse 62. So a Muslim begins with his life with the faith, with the belief, with the understanding that we did not come here by ourselves, and we did not come here by chance. We was created and sent here. It means then that we can conclude from the very beginning there would have been a reason for so doing by the Creator. Regarding the creation of man, Allah made him special and unique. We are special in creation, a special entity. We have some blessings which the other creatures don't have, and we need to understand that. Man was designated to undertake an important mission. Man was created when the entire earth was completed and perfected. Take note of that. All the animals, all the plants, the water, the trees, the creatures, they were all on the earth. And then Allah says, now I am going to appoint a Khalifa. Man was not created in the same way as the rest of the creation. So you know what that tells us? My great ancestor was not a monkey, was not an ape. I did not come through the process of evolution, because all the creation on the earth came from water, but man came from clay. An entirely different process Allah used to create man. Allah says about it, Allah created every animal from water. Of them are some that creep on their bellies, some that walk on two legs, and some that walk on four. Allah creates what He will, for verily Allah has power over all things. Regarding the creation of man, Allah says, He began the creation of man with clay, and his progeny from a quintessence of the nature of fluid spirals. Brothers and sisters, and this is another very important thing. We came from a fluid that is considered impure, so that if it comes into contact with our bodies, we got to wash it out. Because man's origin, according to Islamic teachings, is different from the rest of creation. He has been gifted with an honorable mission. We do not live by the principles of might is right and survival of the fittest. You know that? The laws of the jungle. No. We have a different mission and a different purpose in life. Allah mentions about this in the following verse. Verily, we have honored the progeny of Adam. You see that? Allah says, He has, the creator of the entire universe, says that we are given an honorable status in this world, and provided them with transport on land and sea. Look, how many creatures can move freely from Trinidad to Singapore and to do all these things? It is only the human species. Giving them for sustenance things good and pure, and conferred upon them special favors above a great part of creations. My dear friends, sometimes when you feel depressed, sometimes when you want to scream out, sometimes when you feel lonely, or you try to understand, well, for what reason am I living? Take note that you are an honorable person, an honorable creature in the sight of Allah, and take consolation of the fact that you can be part of that sacred mission, and enjoying and sharing something of the purpose for which Allah sent Adam and his progeny on earth. Before the moderator should invite you to ask questions and so, we wish to identify our dear beloved President of Darul Al-Qam, who is here with us, Mr. Faiz Edwin Ignatius. He came in while we were talking. He indicated that he would have been a little late, and I apologize for not welcoming him while I was making my presentation. But we are extremely happy to know that such a busy person can take a little time off to come and share his companionship with us, inshallah.